What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
A number of articles to go through, some from Search Engine Land, some from Link Search Tools, and we're going to have all these links on the site itself. But, I mean, getting down to it, if you have been listening to this show for a bit, you've learned that when something happens in Google, we absolutely have to talk about it. Well, we do it to keep ourselves abreast of what's going on, but we also want to make sure that we communicate it to our listeners and give you guys tools to review what is happening to your website. Well, we had another update, and it is the dreaded Penguin update of 2014. Da, 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 da.
What kind of noise does a penguin make?
Like, wah, wah.
Oh, nice. That was pretty good. I didn't know that.
I watched Marcus the Penguin.
I just watched like Happy Feet.
Happy Feet? Yeah, they don't dance like that.
Yeah, they sing though.
But what does the fox say?
yeah. I can't do it.
I ain't going to do it. I know it verbatim.
We have all these listeners that don't even know what we're talking about. They're just clueless.
It's okay.
They were talking about search something and then a fox and a penguin. I don't know what's going on.
It's a menagerie here. Well, that's absolutely what the case is that Google, and we all know Google, hands up if you haven't heard it, I'll smack you. Go ahead. Sit back in your seat. I mean, Google is the biggest index of all information in the world right now. And, I mean, that's where people are going for finding local services, finding businesses across the country. And Google, in efforts to make sure that their search listings are as clean as possible, that they're authentic, that they're valid listings, because it's very important to have some really top-ranking searches, right? Mm-hmm. On top keywords that you're trying to be competitive with. Google updates their site, their algorithm, how they measure websites on a regular basis. In fact, they may actually change their algorithm 600 times in a year. We've seen it happen. Yeah. Some rather big, some very small changes. Well, they just rolled out about 2 years ago, the first of these major updates came through. It was nicknamed Penguin. Previous updates, they've named Panda and different things, and then I have no idea about the animal code names. It is what it is. But I tell you what, this Penguin update back in 2012 had some serious ramifications, because what it was about the backlink profile of any website. And what that means is that every site is known by other sites that link to it, give or take. I mean, you may have small links, or you may have a site like Fox News that has thousands or millions of links going to it, right? Well, the point is, those links actually bear what's called basically credibility. Yep. It's a validation that you are in your genre and you're an expert in your genre. So people want to link to you when people see that you have good value.
It's a popularity contest.
It really is. It really is. Well, this algorithm change primarily looks at this backlink profile and may demote a site when it appears to have a poor backlink profile. Not that you have absence of links, but you have links that have been manufactured. Yeah. Links that have been that they're not relevant as well, right? So the Penguin 3.0 release was communicated actually just recently very poorly by Google as opposed to previous updates, and I think they are doing that regularly just on that purpose. They don't want to bring attention to updates that are affecting people that are negatively or are constantly trying to exploit the system.
Right.
So with Google only confirming the update 24 hours after the update was actually released, and they're not giving details that they would usually give to Search Engine Land whenever they ask them. But this morning, it was Wednesday morning, Google's Pierre Fair shared some details on their Google+. And the summary is, this is a worldwide update impacting all versions of Google. All versions. The rollout is not complete yet, and it will continue for the next few weeks, quote unquote.
Which is typical, right?
Yeah,
it ripples through the ocean,
system. It impacts less than 1% of English queries, but may impact other languages more or less. Google confirmed the rollout began on last Friday, and he also he called this specifically a refresh Okay, not a new penalty, but a refresh, and it should demote sites with bad link profiles and help sites that were previously hit that cleaned up their link profiles. And a great example of that is we had one client that we have been cleaning out toxic links that they have had done by another SEO company. Terrible practice, but we were able to clean it out, and just this week saw some great jumps. 38 positions. I mean, we've had so many, double-digit jumps in their keyword ranking. It was fantastic. It was a great affirmation of what we do on a regular basis. Some quick points here. What do you do, after this thing happens? Well, it's about negative SEO. And if you have any company that's actually working with you and telling you they're building backlinks for you, you got to look at the links that they're building. Yeah. Do not trust them that this is all good material that they're getting. It's difficult to be able to preen through this, but you can get a backlink report from Webmaster's Tools, and you can see exactly how many people are linking to you. There's a number of other tools that are out there that are specifically focused on review link work, right? Why should you be concerned? Should you be concerned, right? Well, each round of the Penguin update is significant, and the most impactful updates only hit around 3 to 4% of all search queries. That means unless you're a serious offender, okay, and I didn't look at you that way on purpose, Doug.
I was never convicted.
If you probably have already been hit by version 1 or 2, but you probably won't be hit this time. Okay, yeah. There's a number of things that you can do, but we probably will pick this up on another show because we're going to be pushing some major data at you. Be aware that the Penguin 3.0 is hit, and more importantly, if you haven't looked at your rankings recently, go back to your provider, go back to your marketing team and say, okay, let's get a ranking report, because what you don't know can absolutely hurt you. You may be hit by the Penguin penalty.